Turn a light on. Be pretty. Hey, a little better. Hokidoki. Artichoke. So the TikTok overlord robots know, this is a live audiobook narration. Please do not ban me for character interactions. There is no inclination that we need to do anything violent or upsetting based off of what characters say in this novel and what I'm about to say. So, onwards. We'll see how many light bans I can get today. Okie dokie. We are here.
No one will notice his super strengths like you should be.
I'm gonna bring up a couple more things. Ooh, let's bring up some chat, huh? Got a couple of chats up. We're doing it. We're doing something. Why, oh why, oh why. Let's go like this. Wabam. And then like that. Wabam. Couple of wabams. A couple more things. And things like that. Let's search for some words. Let's bring this over there. Christina, hello. Lone Wolf, hello Noodle.
Plus, he's refusing to mate.
There we go. Okay. Ahem. Did I just instantly lose my spot? There we go. Wabam, wabam. Thank you, Mom.
He's refusing to mate.
How the hell do you know this? My brother shrugged. I do. Okay, let's not be afraid to say the line.
My brother shrugged.
I pay attention. When I cocked my head, the action insinuating I knew better, he laughed. Okay, I might have had a couple of casual dates with his sister. Nothing long-term, just a fling.
Long-term, just a fling. Long-term.
I have to mute TikTok for this next word because, oh my god. Because they make me do it. They make me do it all the time. I wonder if, man, I would like chat. Chat window popping out, switching the game window on. Will you allow me? Will you allow this to happen? Nope, you won't allow that to happen. That's okay. Wabam, wabam. Flex, what up? Sam in Tulsa, hello, hello. In game overlay during live by pressing Control Alt O. Hey, I like that better. Okay, cool. Give me a second. I gotta mute this.
The sister. Term, just a fling.
You fucked Rocco's sister? There we go. Crazy. Crazy you gotta do things like that. Things like that. Okay, we're gonna bring this way over here. Bro, I got too many windows up. Then we're gonna bring that. Alright. Up the hair. Misha, hello.
Rocco's sister.
And bring this over here and then that over there. Let's bring up this. And then we go like that. Go like that. Man, I love me a little YouTube. These YouTube people are gremlins out here, let me tell you. Why they gotta be like that? Not even like the good gremlins, like the weird ones. Okay.
Oh, sister.
Oh, haughty yourself. What's wrong with that? Let me guess. She thought you wanted more. He took a sip of his beer, his gaze turning sheepish. Oops. Fuck you. No matter. Okay.
Oops.
Fuck you. No wonder the man hates me. He hates you because you're a much better player. He goads you because you let him. TikTok, I'm sorry, it's aggressive wording and these auto bans are like instant these days.
He goads.
Okay. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Much better player. He goads you because you let him.
He fucking wants my woman. Now you're sounding like the Neanderthal I knew you to be. Now you're sounding like the Neanderthal I knew you to be. Maybe you should share, let's say the right words. Boy, I'm not warmed up.
All I knew you to be.
Maybe you should share how you feel with the woman you insist means nothing to you. If you don't, someone else is going to realize what a catch she is. Welcome back, TikTok. Ash, hello. Hello. Uh-oh. All right. Let's go like this. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Check this out, brah. It's pretty cool. Bye. She.
Means nothing to you. If you don't.
Bro, where's. Okay, my chat is gone over here. There. I'm gonna go to multi-stream. We call that good.
Going to realize what a catch.
All right, chat. I'm ignoring all of you for a while. I'm locking in.
Going to realize what a catch she is.
I don't need relationship advice from you. But maybe I did. Hell, I was completely thrown by the way I felt about Lily, and not just because of our primal connections. Just watch yourself, bro. The Devils need this win, or they'll likely have to jettison the current team construction. He kept a grin on his face as he waited until it kicked in what he was suggesting. My fucking God, why didn't I see it? Rocco used the incident in the bar as a way of derailing my career. If he can't do that, he wants me to shift in front of people. Leaning over, he clapped me on the arm. Now you're getting it? See? I'm not the only fool. Oopsies.
Leaning over, he clapped me on the arm.
Now you're getting it. See? I'm not the fool you think I am. There was a reason I dated his sister. especially since Rocco's younger brother plays in the okay.
I dated his sister.
Especially since Rocco's younger brother plays in the AHL. My God, say the word.
I dated his sister.
Especially since Rocco's younger brother plays in the AHL. Maybe I didn't give my brother enough credit. You are one evil man. You bet I am. Gleaned everything I know from our dad. Ooh, hey, stop making tink sounds, desk.
Gleaned everything I know from our dad.
Let's see. Wa-da-ta-ta. Okay, we're gonna go like this and like that.
Gleaned everything I know from our dad.
He blew on his knuckles before rubbing them against his shirt. I closed my eyes, and instantly an image of Lily's naked body covered in mayo shot into my mind. This is such bullshit. I've worked long and hard to get where I am playing hockey. Then don't allow Rocco and his extortion methods to derail you. Be the hockey star player, not the playboy or the angry... Hold on, TikTok.
Rocco and his extortion methods to derail you. Be the hockey star player. Extortion methods to derail you. Extortion methods to derail you.
Be the star hockey player, not the playboy or the angry asshole no one wants to deal with. There. Voila.
Star hockey player, not the playboy.
We go down.
To deal with.
I'd gritted my teeth so much in the last few days, I was grinding down my molars. That's where she comes in. She's making me look good. He snorted. Right. Imagine how hard it's going to be after more shit hits the fan. I'm sure you will... Okay, let's try this one more time. Wa-ta-ta. Selborn, welcome.
Hits the fan.
Okay.
Hits the fan.
I'm sure you will if those sexy pictures I pulled up on IG tell the tale. Tell the tale.
Hits the fan.
I'm sure you will if those sexy pictures I pulled up on IG tell the tale. Not bad, buddy. A single sound perked both of our ears. Oopsies.
Bad, buddy.
A single sound perked both our sets of ears. With our eyes open wide, we both turned our heads at the same time to stare into the wild, contorted, and confused face of my fake but very real-tasting fiancé. Her eyes were wide open, her lips were pursed, her chest rising and falling from her labored breathing. The night had gotten just... Correct words, please.
From her lip.
Ooh, and less emergency vehicles outside. Alyssa, hello. Whoa, be quiet outside, you're being loud. There we go.
And falling from her labored breathing.
Nope, sirens are still there. Sirens love to be a siren.
From her labored breathing.
There we go.
From her labored breathing.
The night had just gotten so much worse. Lily had heard every word we'd said. Okay, cool. Wha-bam, wha-bam, wha-bam. Chapter 27, we're cooking. We are frickin' cooking. Alright, here we go. Chapter 27, Saint. My heart dropped. My blood pressure rose. The look on Lily's...
Pressure rose.
The look on Lily's face said it all. She was horrified. How was it that she'd been able to sneak up on us? I should have detected her presence the moment she'd opened the door to Stephen's side of the house. Not only had I not sensed her, I also hadn't gathered a single whiff. Not of her sex, not of her perfume, not even the salad stench we shared. Her face went absolutely white. She remained silent, narrowing her eyes, as she glanced from my brother back to me. Then she turned around military style and walked off. Shit, I wheezed. Shit is right. I think you're okay, let's see.
I wheezed.
Shit is right. I think your night went from bad to worse. Stephen whistled. What the hell am I supposed to say to her? He laughed softly and rubbed the scruff on his jaw. I'm no relationship expert, but I think the truth. She'll see through you in a heartbeat. The truth? I don't know how to explain who and what we are. Stephen headed to the cabinet, pulled out a bottle of whiskey, placing it next to me. With his eyebrows raised, he snagged 2 glasses from another cabinet, placing them beside the bottle. You better figure it out. While I doubt she's going to shout the news to the world, you can't allow her to tell anyone without so much as hearing an explanation.
Anyone without so much as hearing an explanation.
If you two have the connection you appear to have, she'll understand. Maybe in 10 years or so, but she'll come around. I gulped the rest of my beer and tossed the bottle in the trash. Thanks for the vote of confidence. But yeah, you're right. This might be the toughest thing I've ever done. I grabbed the glasses and bottle, dreading facing her. Why?
Bottle, dreading facing her.
Why didn't we sense her? A slight grin crossed my face. That's a very good question. Maybe she has some wolf in her. We both stared at each other, then laughed, although my gut was still churning. Nah, I'd know. Maybe it's because she's my mate. Wow. Okay, voice.
She's my mate.
Wow. Just remember, I'm your best man at the lavish wedding. You better have lots of booze. I waved my hand at him and headed out of the kitchen. This was not the way I'd seen the night going. Not by a long shot. Let's check that over there. Go over here. Go by that. Go over yonder. There we go.
The way I'd seen the night going.
Not by a long shot. Lily wasn't inside the second half of the house. I found her outside on the deck, hiding in the dark. She was on a chair, her bare feet propped up on the railing. I didn't interrupt, taking my time pouring 2 glasses of whiskey before sitting down next to her. She didn't flinch, which was a positive. Nor was she screaming, like most women would be after they found out their fiancé was a red-blooded wolf. Fake or not, our intimacy indicated a closeness neither one of us had anticipated. I didn't bother handing her the drink, placing the glass on the small table between us. She was looking up at the stars through the small clearing. Meanwhile, the woods surrounding the house remained enshrouded in shadows. If I could read her mind, a skill that had faded from our species over time, I'd know she was wondering just how dangerous it was to step foot in the wild. After a couple of minutes, she grabbed the glasses, bringing the rim, 1 glass.
It was to step foot in the wild.
After a couple of minutes, she grabbed the glass, bringing the rim to her lips. A soft sigh was all she allowed before taking a sip. I seriously had no idea where to start, or how much to tell her. The truth was as...
To tell her.
The truth was as wicked... Okay.
To tell her.
The truth was as whacked out as any sinister tale, only it was very real. Without looking at me, she asked her first question. Is it true or not you're immune to most human diseases? Not you... Okay.
Or not you're immune to most human diseases?
Not you personally, but your kind? Really? She was going to start there? Okay, why not? I cleared my throat, trying to sound authoritative. The truth is, we used to be. But given how long our species has been on this earth, we're more susceptible to the more aggressive forms of cancer and other illnesses. Is that because you spend so much time in human form? Yes, and because our bloodline is no longer completely pure. Ah, she said, with a lilt to her voice. Mating with humans has had a caustic effect. Something like that. How often do you shift? Her candid questions were giving me hives. No one in my life had asked me straightforward questions of this nature. Me? Rarely. I don't find it enjoyable.
Rarely.
I don't find it enjoyable or beneficial any longer. Enjoyable. Racing after small creatures? Yeah, a lot of wolves do for sport and not for killing. And the others? She finally turned her head in my direction. The conversation was getting more morbid by the minute. If you're asking me if they kill for food, that's also rare. There's no need. Right, because you have Costco where you can purchase a much... Okay, say the line, dude.
There's no need. Right, there's no need.
Right, because you have Costco where you can purchase a much higher quality of meat. I wasn't certain if she was making fun or simply making a point. How much did you overhear? Enough to know someone should have told me? I take it no one on the Wild Dogs team knows you're a fur... Okay, that's funny.
Did you overhear? Enough to know someone should have told me?
I take it no one on the Wild Dogs team knows you're all furry inside. Furry inside? I glanced down at myself, amused at her terminology. No. I'd like to keep it that way if possible. I'm sure you would. Wild Dogs, isn't that the most appropriate name? She started laughing and didn't stop even after a full minute. I didn't pick it. I know that, Saint. Why didn't you tell me? Now I had to laugh. How would you have preferred me telling you? Hey, Lilyflower, guess what? I won't need a Halloween costume this year. I'll just go as my furry self. She laughed with me, which was a huge shock. Are you dangerous? If you mean my kind, it's like any group out there. There are good shifters and bad ones. There are those determined to destroy others, and those who want nothing more than to live in peace. Hey, I forgot to scroll. That's cool. That's my favorite part. Okay. I'm like, the words ran out.
To live in peace.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for liking the live.
To
Welcome.
live in peace.
Fellow narrator.
To live in peace.
Which is what? Okay.
To live in peace.
Which is what this community is about. Yes. I don't know what Steven said is true about his neighbors, but we are a community of shifters. Interesting. A community association for shifters. I can only imagine your list of rules. She was certainly taking this a lot better than I thought she would. Are you horrified? I don't know how to feel, other than I still don't know whether to believe you think... Okay, say the words.
Than I thought she would.
I don't know... Okay, hold on. Let's not leave the line out.
Horrified?
I don't know how I feel, other than I still don't know whether to believe you or think this is just some crazy way of keeping publicity going. Snorting, I sat back and propped my feet on the railing. Would you like me to howl for you? Issue a few growls here and there? She shot me a look. My guess was that if I could see her beautiful face in the light, she'd be blushing. I've heard both several times. Oh, what then? Do you want me to shift right in front of you? When she said nothing, just sat quietly sipping her drink, I knew that's exactly what she wanted. You're shitting me, I told her, a little more forceful than I'd intended. If I'm going to determine how best to handle the fallout, and there will be fallout, I'll need to grasp what I'm dealing with. I said my P word on that.
Will
Be fallout. I'll need to grasp what I'm dealing with. So you're just worried about the fallout. You're concerned that, what, people will believe everything they read or see as gospel? Let me guess. You're going to put a spin on everything that I was pranking them on purpose, right? Or maybe you'll use my Halloween idea to your benefit. I'd not shift for... Okay. I'm not shifting for you, Lily. That's ridiculous. I'm a hockey player, a brother, a son, and from what you've told me, a pain in the ass. Isn't that enough for you? The truth is the only thing that will ever be enough.
Only thing that will ever be enough.
Ask yourself this, Lily. Why are you so attracted to me? Don't flatter yourself. This time I laughed. Oops, say the words.
Don't flatter yourself.
This time when I laughed, I wasn't joking, nor was any of this funny. The instant ache in my heart was like she'd stabbed me with a dull blade. Then what we shared just hours ago was nothing? She wasn't quick on the return. I didn't say that. Then what are you saying? That you can't be involved with someone like me? A beast in the wild?
Then what are you saying?
That you can't be involved with someone like me? A beast in the wild? I purposely deepened my voice to make an exaggerated point. I'm not involved with you, Saint. I'm trying to help you keep your career on track. Wait a minute. If she heard everything, then she knew that I did care.
If she heard
Thank you.
If she heard everything, then she knew. If she heard everything,
then she knew that I did care about. My God, my D's today.
Track. Wait a minute.
If she heard everything, then she knew that I did care about her. That didn't matter at all? A dull ache formed in my stomach. Stephen was right. My feelings for her weren't based solely on the fact she was supposed to belong to me. Now I was the one who had no idea what to say. That's all I've been to you? Just a client? Of course. Why would you think otherwise? She was calmly sipping her drink. What the hell? Because I know what we shared. You're an admitted playboy. But not like you think. Wow, I was really hurt. Completely hurt by what she'd said, and the way she was acting. I hadn't anticipated this in the least. Okay, maybe I hadn't been prepared for screaming and crying, but being aloof? There was no way to process her reaction. Oops, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. There we go.
Way to process her reaction.
My mind drifted to when she'd slathered... Oh, hold on, TikTok. Hold on, TikTok. We're not getting muted. We're getting muted. Yep, a little bit of muting for the TikTok fans.
Process her reaction.
My thoughts... Oops.
Process her reaction.
My mind drifted to when she'd slathered mayo on my dick. For God's sake, she'd sucked on it like my cock was her favorite flavor of lollipop. Okay, welcome back, TikTok. Everybody else gets the dirty words. They don't seem to ban me. TikTok doesn't like it.
Flavor of lollipop.
I know who you are, and I'm happy to continue helping you. I'll figure out a way to counter the photos. I'm not sure how yet, but I will. It would still be helpful if you'd show me your real state. If Rocco is some shifter, then his behavior makes sense. I can play a little dirty pool with his reputation. You mean destroy him? If that's what it takes. Oh my God.
You mean...
Oh, dude, I can't remember if I clicked it today. I think I did. I might not have. It keeps banning me, though, even when I do 18+. When I say anything aggressive, it's been banning me for violence. Which is cool, because this is hockey. This is hockey, and they're werewolves, so they're a little possessive and they're a little punchy. Uh, I should keep a counter. I think it's been like 6 bans on here. I even had to take TikTok remedial community guidelines training classes, just so they know that I know the rules, but they can't figure out that this is a book, so I don't really know who's in the wrong. It's cool. Yeah. Remedial classes. It was a 5-second quiz. That's like, are you allowed to say you can't be mean? Are you allowed to promote mean things? And you're like, no, yes, no, probably not, no. And they're like, okay. No, we're going to wait 2 weeks and take the strike off your account. Thank you. I still read a book, but it's fine.
With his reputation.
Silly. You had a battle scene today. It was warned it had to be switched to 18 plus. I wish, man, if these robot overlords would like get smart enough to be able to distinguish, it'd be cool. The robots are dumb.
With his reputation.
Okay.
You mean destroy him?
Now I'm really thinking that. I don't think I clicked the 18 plus button today. Well, we'll just be extra cautious. We tiptoeing around this one.
With his reputation. You mean destroy him?
If that's what it takes. She couldn't look me in the eyes any longer. I'd been a ruthless player my entire life. Cutthroat, even. This just didn't feel right. Nah, just let it go, Lily. If we win, I want it to be based on merit. Plus, you're too good for that. Hell, you're too good for me. Just be you. I like the fact you're such a kind person. Don't ever allow anyone to change you. I'm surprised, but okay. Maybe I can't understand wolf politics. I was taken aback all over again. Wolf politics? This is my real state, Lily. I'm a man, a human. I just have a different background than you do. Hockey is my life. Or so I thought. But I won't.
Or so I thought.
Have you done any dual or duet narrations? I have, not in a while, not in quite some time. I used to narrate exclusively with Katrina Medina. I love saying her name, still to this day, but haven't done it in a while.
Or so I thought. But I won. Okay. Or so I thought.
Okay, or so I thought.
thought.
But I won't lower myself to Rocco's level. That's not me. My desk made a clicking sound.
Or so.
Okay, let's get a better run at this sentence.
Life. Or so I thought.
But I won't lower myself to Rocco's level. Emergency siren in the background. We'll take this moment to take some agua. It helps if you open it all the way. Kelly Reeds, hello. Sorry, I had my big chat over here covered up. Let me scrunch that over there. Go way over here. Ta-da.
Or so I thought. But I won.
Okay, or so I thought. But I won't lower myself to Rocco's level. That's not me. I wouldn't have believed that even a week ago. What had changed? Lily. She'd changed me. I want you to ask yourself a question. Dig deep on this one. She swallowed another sip before lifting her head toward me again. Only this time, she wouldn't look me in the eyes. Okay? Ask yourself why you felt so close to me. Why our connection has been so strong. And why the electricity could light up the entire city of Chicago. Don't try and tell me I'm wrong. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that you're right. What is that supposed to... Okay.
That
you're right. What is that supposed to mean? I rose to my feet, and for the first time in my life, I felt used. By a woman. by the most beautiful woman I'd ever set my eyes on. And what she'd said hurt me. Truly hurt me. What the hell was going on? Why were my palms sweaty? Why did I feel sick inside? Then I'd say my father was right. Oops, that was a wrong character. Wow, how long have you been in narrations? Lots of titles. Your favorite project? Honestly, my favorite project would be the Crimson Shadow series by Nathan Squires. It's an 8-book series where I played a vampire. A badass vampire, and it was super cool. I was young in my narration career. I've been doing it for almost 9 years now. It was young. It was my first Gigantor project, and I loved every minute of it. It was super cool. I really got to flex. I mean, 8 series, hundreds of characters. I really got put to the test. It was great. It was great. Other than that, Crimson Squire, that might be what I said. Crimson Shadow, the Crimson Shadow series, by Nathan Squires. Him and his wife, his lovely wife, they're both authors, and they're super cool. They're just good people. I love everything about it. Other than that, this one, Ice Wolf. This, I was speaking with Piper. Here's some behind the scenes stuff. I was speaking with Piper before we started this, and she's like, "Hey, this one's like not my normal wheelhouse," and I've been narrating for her for years. And it's not. It's a hockey shifter romance, and she's nailing it. I just want to go to her and like scream to her, like, more of this, more of this. This book has been so fun, so fun. The right amount of spice, tasteful, the great characters. Lily is like very transparent, very straightforward. And it's not like, there's a lot of these romances that are like, no, I'm not supposed to like you. I'm not going to like you, blah, 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 blah. This is just like the chemistry these two have is just, mwah, muy bien. It's good shit.
I feel sick inside.
I hope it does well. I hope it does well. It's cool. Okay, anyways. Ugh.
I feel sick inside.
Okay, sick inside. I lost my spot in my script. There it is.
I feel sick inside.
Then I'd say my father was right, I said, in a voice I no longer recognized. Meaning? I grabbed the bottle of booze, determined to drink myself into oblivion. That you're my intended mate. Human or not, we're destined to be together. When she said nothing in retort to my exclamation, I swaggered toward the door leading inside. Just so you know, Lily, I do care about you. I meant what I said. That probably doesn't matter, especially after what you overheard, but I just wanted you to know. That was the moment another lightning bolt hit me upside the head. St. Masters, the rebellious playboy of the NHL, was off the market. Not only was Lily Weathers my mate, I'd also fallen in love with her. Well, fuck me. Schwabam! I also do kind of deep inside wish I was a 6'5" professional hockey player. I'll take or leave the Playboy at this point in time in my life. But I do want to be able to shift into a wolf. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. A little sprint through the forest with my furs out. I think I would like that. Did I just duplicate that 3 times? That's perfect. That's the one I'm working on now. The female C is annoying me. It's hard. It's hard to... I give props to authors, man. It is difficult to create lots of words in the correct format to go into a brain that are portrayed correctly. It's difficult. I've done a few shifters. You didn't ask, but I'll tell. I like things like this. I enjoy... My phone is not on silent. Shush. I enjoy the fantasy things. At first I was like, I really just wanted to be a sci-fi narrator. Fell into the romance genre, I think because I've got a deeper voice, and just, I picked up the ball and rolled with it. But I love when there's a little paranormal something, a little shift, a little something outside the ordinary, some magic. I just like that stuff. I do. It's fun. I did like mafia stories for a while. A lot of Russian accent mafia dudes beating people up, blah blah blah. Those are fun. Those are fun. But like when the dude doesn't ever shift into something or like do magic hands, I don't know. I feel like something's still left on the table. Let's see. If the author can make you feel a strong emotion, good or bad, they've done their job. Correct. Correct. Yeah, you have the voice, but you know how to turn it on and off. Thank you. I feel like for a long time I didn't prove my point. My older narrations, yikes, dude, yikes. And I don't do a lot of dual narration because I think I do a decent job of being able to do a very masculine voice and a believable feminine voice that doesn't sound. My whole goal, like I'm a dude, so I don't want to make my voice so high pitched or so feminine or girly that it's just gonna sound like a dude. It's just gonna be the same shit. So I try to just put like a lighter inflection on it and take all that bass out and just say the word. And that's my female voice. It's like almost every female character. I don't know. Some people like it, some people hate it. Dual narrations are cool, but it really like, God, I'm not gonna say the workload increases, but it does. And sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. I kind of like being all the characters. It's a good time. Yeah, you do. You can tell the difference. Well done. Well, thank you. Speaking of, I get to be a lady this chapter. Let's go. Chapter 28. Lily. Proclamations. I'd had enough to last me for a lifetime. My heart hadn't stopped beating erratically since the night before. What I'd heard wasn't possible. I'd done everything to convince myself that Saint was merely an attention. Why are we rolling in the middle of that?
Myself that Saint
Word, okay.
Wasn't possible.
I'd done everything to convince myself that Saint was merely an attention hog. Yet, the more time that slipped by, the more the possibility seemed like reality. That made me nuts, right? There were so many aspects of what he'd confessed to that didn't seem possible. As strange and mind-blowing as the story remained, something else bothered me even more than facing the possibility he was a shifter. The thought that he truly cared about me. An image of a furry creature slithered into my mind. Only my visual endeavor was more like the dude out of an American... I stuttered on that shite. Only my visual endeavor was more like the dude out of an American Werewolf in London, as opposed to the truth. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen that transformation into a werewolf, it is one of the most iconic werewolf shifts ever. And it's good. You don't even have to watch the whole movie. Just type in the transition. It's an old movie. But it, like, changed the game.
To the truth.
What was the truth? That wolf shifters really existed? What about line shifters? Or, what the hell, dragon shifters? Oh, that would create a series of nightmares. Had I really asked Saint to shift in front of my eyes? Better yet, had I wanted him to? And how would I have reacted if he had? Would I have been even more attracted to the fuzzy wuzzies or run screaming from the house? And were there really wolf creatures? And were there really wolf creatures in the woods that would eat me should I disobey Saint's And were there really wolf creatures in the woods that would eat me should I disobey Saint's commands? Little Red Riding Hood had nothing on this scenario. Oh my God. My moan was as strangled and twisted as the way my stomach felt. I'd almost pulled over twice to upchuck the limited contents of my stomach. Desk! That's the 9th time you've made this tinking sound. What is up today? I've shook you around. I've shifted you. About to give you a Falcon punch. Okay, let's look over here and go back over there.
Stomach felt.
Okay. My stomach felt. Speaking of stomachs, I'm starving right now.
Stomach felt.
Spot, where are you? Nope. Oh, stomach felt. There it is.
Stomach felt.
I'd almost pulled over twice to upchuck the limited contents of my stomach. Being caught vomiting on the pavement would likely get me on the front page of every newspaper in town. That would look great on my resume, alongside my debut as a porn star. The air conditioning just had to be on the fritz. I shouldn't be as hot and bothered as I was with it being the end of April, but I was sweating like a freaking pig. Broiled, not grilled. After he'd stormed off, I remained out. So let's not say that.
After
He'd stormed off, I'd remained outside for over an hour, not only debating the possibility of what I'd overheard and what he'd told me was truthful, but also asking myself why I'd pretended I didn't care about him. Yeah, Lily, we can see through you. You just can't see through yourself. I had to take a break because of drilling in our condo. Got to get back to work, have fun, great listening. Hey, well, thank you for being here, and good luck with your work. Hopefully the words don't run out.
Didn't care about him. Didn't care about him.
Okay, here we go.
Didn't care about him.
I'd also been furious about the possibility this Rocco person was trying to derail Saint's career. I wanted to have a few words with the Italian wall. Saint had called me kind. Not when it came to the man A giant groan left my throat. The man I adored. Maybe because the concept of having a relationship with Saint was completely off limits, the ache was also... Ooh, okay, we gotta say the words in the right order.
I adored.
Maybe because the concept of having a relationship with Saint...
I adored.
Maybe because the concept of having a relationship with Saint was completely off limits, the ache was so all-consuming. Being with him was forbidden, and just... Okay, why did I pause? Being with him was forbidden in just about every corner of the earth, and likely in the Bible as well. Saint had mentioned there were other humans who'd had relationships
As well.
Saint had mentioned there were other humans who'd had relationships with shifters. Why not form a group of women who'd fallen... Okay, we're struggle bussing right now.
With shifters.
Why not form a group of women who'd fallen in love with a shifter? While I laughed softly to myself, a lump formed in my throat. Love was the furthest thing from my mind. My phone had blown up. The social media accounts had blown up. My email, I was a goner. After this gig, I'd never be offered another, including by my own father. How could the man I trust... Nope.
Father.
How could the man trust me after I'd ruined everything in a matter of days? I'd posted some terrific photos, or so I thought.
Days.
I'd posted some terrific photos, or so I thought. Now, I was questioning everything. It was a good thing my father was paying me so well that I could disappear on some tropical beach somewhere for the rest of my life. I'd dye my hair...
Rest of my life.
I'd dye my hair, wear contacts, and never go near a library again. No one would ever recognize me. Right. A girl could dream. Maybe that would replace the raunchy fantasies I'd had about the savage Iceman that I couldn't get out of my mind. I took several deep breaths, but I was fearful I would starp? That's a new word.
My mind.
Write that down.
My mind.
I took several deep breaths, but was fearful I would start hyperventilating. That also wasn't on my bucket list for the day. I had a mandatory meeting with the coach and attorneys. Reporters were hounding me for a quote, and the first game of the playoffs was in 2 days in Tampa. Where was I? Okay.
In Tampa.
Where I was supposed to go. With him.
In Tampa.
where I was supposed to go. With him, my fiancé, my fake fiancé, my werewolf. Oh my God, I was losing my mind. Shifter, I repeated softly. Was I really buying into the story? Maybe, maybe not. I wasn't certain. Of anything. No, that wasn't true. I was certain of a single thing. I cared about Saint more than I should. Actually, I adored him. Okay, I could admit I was in love with him, but he'd toss me aside when this was all over. He was a damn good actor, pretending he was hurt by what I'd said. Not a chance. I pulled in front of my parents' house, peering out the windshield at the bright and cheery yellow door my mother had insisted on. For about a million reasons, I had led my feet... Okay. Let's say the right words.
Insisted on.
Hi, Ellie.
Insisted on.
For about a million reasons, I had lead in my feet and legs. I wasn't entirely certain what I was going to say to them. At least the photographs of me lying on the island, which hadn't gotten any worse, but okay.
Going to say to them.
At least the photographs of me lying on the island hadn't gotten any worse, but I had a terrible nagging in the back of my mind. Blackmail was on the horizon. That was something I had no clue how to deal with. I rubbed my hands on my skirt before opening the door of my car. At least I was trying to present myself professionally when I'd been caught fucking the hockey star. Holy, there is a jet engine flying right outside my studio right now.
Door of my car.
At least I was trying to present myself professionally when I'd been caught fucking the hockey star. Thankfully, most people believed we were engaged. Sadly, there'd been one headline, a reporter calling our engagement a stunt. That meant we'd need to kick up the cleaner heat between us. What?
Engagement a stunt.
That meant we'd need to kick up the cleaner heat between us when we were in public. Voila. Okay. Let's let the plane do the plane things. And when it's done being planey, we'll continue. Yeah, you see, yeah. Watata, 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 watata. Okay, perfect.
Between us when we were in public.
That was going to be tough, since I had no clue if he'd ever consider talking to me again, and vice versa. What did I have to say to him? Oh, this was so bad. So very bad. I threw my hair over my shoulders, plastered a smile on my face, and headed for the door. As soon as I walked in, I was struck by how much Saint's question had troubled me. I did feel close to him, so much so that when we were anywhere close, there was a tremendous reaction. When we were apart, I hungered to be with him. Was that some insane infatuation, or was there more to the story? I found my parents in the den. It was obvious they were waiting for me. What the heck? I might as well jump in with 2 feet. Mom, Dad, I know you're unhappy with the way I've handled St. Masters, but there are several anomalies I didn't expect.
St. Masters.
But there are several anomalies that I didn't expect. I'm not certain anyone could have anticipated them, to be honest with you. I'm dealing with the ramifications, and as you've seen on the news, there are plenty. However, in doing so, it brought up some questions that I honestly couldn't answer.
However, in doing so, it brought up... There are plenty.
However, in doing so, it brought up some questions that I honestly couldn't answer. They said nothing, my mother politely sipping her iced tea. Even my dad was uncharacteristically quiet, which was both disconcerting and annoying, and I wasn't certain why. Saint and myself, I mean, Mr. Masters and me, anyway, I huffed, blowing a strand of hair from my face. My palms were still sweaty. I was even perspiring under my breasts. What I'm trying to say is that anyone who meets Saint for the first time is either in awe of the man or can't stand him. I couldn't stand him from minute one. So arrogant, so full of himself, just disgusting. But as required, we started spending some time together. I guess I noticed something entirely different. He seemed sweet, like a golden retriever kind of sweet you hear about in romance books. Now I was babbling on like some idiot. Great. The day was just getting better and better. Maybe like a moth to a flame, but it's crazy how much I can't stand being away from him. I don't get it, and no, the way I feel has nothing to do with... My hesitation was like a grandfather clock ticking away in an old house. I'm just going to toss something out there that's crazy. Certifiable. I've heard some things, most of which are disturbing to say the least. You can do it. Just ask and be done with it. My parents were still looking at me blankly. Now my entire body began to crawl. Here it goes. There's a fucking train? What? There's a train, and we must wait for it to go by. Love it. Love it. That's a cool trick. That is a cool tricka. Okay.
Here it goes.
Train. Question. How trainy are you going to be? And how long are you going to be a train for? This concludes my questions.
Here it goes.
Oh my god, then I fumble.
Here it goes.
Any chance I'm a wolf ship?
Here it goes.
Any chance I'm a wolf shifter? I took a deep breath and held it while trying to calm my raging pulse. As I slowly blew out, I felt somewhat better that at least I'd had the courage to throw out the most ridiculous question of the year. Maybe I was riding on a lack of oxygen, but it took me a full minute to realize neither one of my parents had said anything. Not a word. No laughter, no gwaffing. Did I say that wrong? Gwaffing? I have to look that up. I got to look it up. A paste. Oh, I should turn that so I can hear it, huh? Make it so my speakers are on, huh? Hey, what is making that sound? It's not you. Mute. Is it you? I bet it's you. That's you. There. My Facebook wasn't muted. Like you care. Anyways, back to the word I can't say.
Guffawing.
Well, why did I say it in Italian?
Guffawing.
Guffawing. Guffawing. A loud laugh or in a boisterous way. Guffawing. Guffawing.
Guffawing.
Guffawing. Guffawing.
Said anything.
Not a word. No laughter. No guffawing. Nothing. Tick tock. Tick tock. Mom? Dad? You're worrying here a little bit. Don't be too concerned. I'm not crazy enough to think it's the truth. But my goodness, there are some nutty pictures out there that seem real. And yes, I know how people can doctor them. I laughed, surprised that the sound echoed in the room. Supposedly this other player, the one Saint got into a huge fight with, is also a shifter. How crazy is that? To think there were two or more? Maybe a pack? That's why I'm here. Just checking to see if you've... Okay. Oh my god, my nose. Why? Sneeze already!
You pack? You pack?
That's why I'm here. Just checking to see if you've heard anything about this. Or if, by chance, I'm a furry? I regretted opening my mouth. My father cleared his throat. My mother, still very politely, or maybe I should say, oh my god. Hey, I'm learning things today. I actually don't know what this word means. Ooh, hold on. Let's go
Feel
here.
very politely, or maybe I should...
I believe that's a typo,
in my mouth.
so I don't know that word. Okay.
In my mouth.
My father cleared his throat. My mother, still very politely, or maybe I should say gently, placed the glass on the coffee table, and without making a sound. Oh my god, I added a whole word in there.
Politely. My mouth.
My father cleared his throat. My mother, we'll try this again and again and again.
Opening my mouth. Opening my mouth.
My father cleared his throat. My mother, still very politely, or maybe I should say gently, placed the glass on the coffee table without making a sound. She offered a sweet smile and patted the couch. Sit down, sweetheart. The sound of my mother's voice was similar to the tone she used when prepared to lecture me on what an idiot I'd been, but distinctive in an entirely different way. Daddy wasn't looking me in the eye, nor did he offer a single word. He was staring at my mother with utter love, or maybe lust in his eyes. Ew, not right now. Not when I was in the middle of a crisis. I moved around his knees, sitting down carefully. I tried to smile and remain still, but beads of real sweat were running down both sides of my face. I swatted at them as I would an insect, realizing I was lightheaded. I'm glad to see you're getting along with Saint, my mother started. He seems like such a nice boy. I'm certain he'll treat you right, and you'll have a very happy marriage. The engagement is fake, Mother? I thought you knew that.
You knew that.
When she tossed my father another look of hers,
You knew that. You knew that.
When she tossed my father another one of her looks, I did the same. His face was expressionless, but his eyes were telling a different and far too completely so what?
This was expressionless.
But his eyes were telling a different and far too complicated story. Another 20 seconds floated by. What is going on? Talk to me.
Seconds floated by.
What is going on? Come on, say the word right.
Floated by.
What is going on? Talk to me. Are you trying to tell me I'm some furry creature? As if in response, my dad placed his iced tea on the table, taking his time to rise to his feet. He moved slowly towards his huge bookshelf. He had hundreds of books, most of which I'd read. Strangely enough, when he pulled one free, I heard a slight click. He moved a section of books one at a time. What? Like they did in the movies. There was a safe located behind.
Movies.
Hey, thank you for the follow.
Movies.
There was a safe located behind. As he pressed in the numbers, I glanced at my mother once again. I'd been all over the bookshelf. Why hadn't I discovered the safe before? Oh, this was getting weird. My mother had a... Okay.
Weird.
Mother still had a polite smile on her face, but I knew it was as plastic as the one I'd had when walking into the house. Dad retrieved a plain brown envelope, leaving the safe open and heading in my direction, slowly. We've been meaning to talk to you about this for some time now. Your mother and I simply couldn't find the right time to... Okay, I didn't scroll.
For some time now.
Your mother and I simply couldn't find the right time or a real reason to.
For a real reason to.
Dad said as he placed the envelope in my hands. Maybe we'd hoped that you'd never need to learn the truth.
Truth.
Mother's voice was so soft and comforting. Then, when I heard about Saint, I knew you were the only... Okay, I'm making up words.
Heard about Saint.
I knew you were the one who could empathize with him the most. Dad laughed, and he returned to his seat. Granted, I wasn't expecting that after all this, Saint would end up being someone special in your life. Fate has a way of bringing people together. Fate? He's not special, Dad. He's just my fake fiancé. Maybe if I spouted off the concept enough.
Fiancé.
Maybe if I spouted off the concept enough, I could believe it. Open the envelope, dear.
I could believe it.
My lips are so dry today. Let me chew some of it off like a wolf.
Believe it.
Open the envelope, dear, Mother told me. I bit my lower lip and stared at it for several seconds. Why did I know instinctively that whatever was inside would change my life forever? And maybe not in a good way. I peeled the flap, reaching inside. It was a single photograph. Black and white, the picture was grainy, like one of those old-time photos when cameras were first introduced. What's this? I asked. Just allow your eyes to become adjusted to the light, Dad suggested. I looked again, blinking a few times. Finally, the haze began to lift. There was a huge figure standing off in the woods near some sort of shack, or maybe a house. Only, he wasn't human.
He wasn't human.
I blinked again. Fuck.
He wasn't human.
I blinked again until my brain kicked in what I was looking at. A werewolf. I mean, a shifter. A wolf shifter. What is this? Some kind of joke? Mom and Dad had that look between them once again. At that point, I felt the world as I knew it crumbling around me. No, Pumpkin, my dad said, the use of the old nickname from when I was a child less than comforting. That's your great-great-grandfather, Sam. My mind started playing music. A little quiet children's song about some crazy blue shark. That had occurred from time to time, just after I'd heard the song during a children's read-along event at the library. It meant as a...
Library.
It was meant as a comforting tool, a way of keeping... Okay.
Library. It meant library.
It was meant as a comforting tool, a way of keeping me grounded if things around me were getting particularly hairy. No pun intended. But I'd say this was extremely hairy. Exhaling, I placed the photograph on the envelope, patting it a few times. Maybe I was using some kind of magic spell to wish this all away. However, I could tell by the looks on my parents' faces that the explosive news was just getting started. What? I managed to croak out. It's not as bad as you might think, Mother started. Not as bad, I repeated. This wasn't just an episode of The Twilight Zone. Oh no, this was way worse. Sam, your great-great-grandfather was a good man, an excellent pack leader from what I was told as a child. He kept his pack out of trouble while heading into our new... He kept his pack out of trouble while heading into the new age. New age? What are we talking? Oopsies. New age? New age. Are we talking remaining human? Was I really asking legitimate questions about this insanity? Oh, yes, I was. Exactly. The pack was interested in going more Man.
Exactly. Exactly.
The pack was interested in going more mainstream. Life as a shifter wasn't easy. Men used to mistake them for Oh my gosh.
Easy.
Men used to mistake them for traditional wolves all the time. Hunters can be brutal. That's when interbreeding began. What you would call interspecial coupling today. Interspecial. This was getting better and better. Or I was just going further off the deep end.
The deep end.
Exactly, Mom interjected. They fell in love with humans, realized they could have children, and life moved on. Were the kids shifters? Some, Father answered. But over time, that occurred less often. A huge lump had formed in my throat, so large I grabbed my mother's glass of iced tea,
Mother's glass of iced tea.
Can I please stop biting my lips today?
Mother's glass of iced tea. Mother's glass of iced tea.
Since I'd just barreled into the room to face what now I considered impending doom. After gulping 2 swallows, I consumed the rest of the liquid.
Impending doom.
After gulping 2 swallows, I consumed the rest of the liquid. My head ached. My vision was cloudy. The lump remained. What is this? Okay.
Faint.
What does this mean?
Faint.
What does this mean? I was certain if I really Okay. I wasn't certain if I really wanted the answer. Dad laughed. Nothing really. I doubt you have enough Weathers blood in you to be able to shift. A tick formed in the corner of my mouth. Does that mean you've shifted before? His grin widened. Only once. An experience that was both freeing and terrifying. He acted like what he just asked made me okay.
Terrifying.
He acted like what I just asked made me off my rocker. But your grandfather has several times. It's truly a beautiful sight to see. Hold on. He really believed that bones breaking, teeth changing into canines, and skin erupting so fur could take its place was beautiful? Mom, what about you? I take it you're human? Another question I was shocked I was even asking. Not exactly. I sensed she didn't want to elaborate. Incidentally, the other player you mentioned, Dad started. Rocco? Yes. He's from a very viral pack. Viral, I believe you say that. Let me double check. Let me do a double check. Viral, having strength, energy, and a strong sex drive. Typically used on that. Viral.
Yes.
He's from a very virile pack out of New York. They have more purebloods in their line. Rocco is likely experiencing mating season. He's eager to rut, and that's making him lose control. Try and stay away from him. He won't care if you're a true mate or not. He'll simply take what he needs from you. My mouth...
Needs from you.
My mouth was hanging open. Rut? Seeing my mother's face shift to a dull shade of crimson was bad enough. The images in my mind were significantly worse. Maybe I could go into a coma and wake up in a new country. I'll keep that in mind. One last question. Does that mean the two of you were mates? Okay.
Mates?
Technically, yes. However, your mother and I fell madly in love. We still are. Mother peered up at him with absolute lust, replacing the earlier embarrassment. My God, they were making googly eyes. That is my dog. That is my dog. Hopefully barking at a delivery driver delivering the most important cable I've ever ordered in my entire life. God, ordered it wrong the first time. That was fun. Okay, here we go. Nope. We're thinking about it.
Early.
That's how you sound, dog.
Your embarrassment.
Okay.
Your embarrassment.
My God, they were making googly eyes at each other. I was so doomed. Saint is my mate? Burps?
Mate?
I no longer recognized my voice. How was this possible? Had my parents been doing acid or something?
Acid or something? Something?
If you feel such a strong connection, then likely so. Oopsies.
Something?
If you feel such a strong connection, then likely so. We'll know for certain when we see the two of you together. I can tell you're shocked, but it's perfectly normal. Now my mother was trying to justify that beasts of the night walked amongst the living? Great, I whispered.
Whispered.
I will warn you, if you are intended mates, the cravings will increase for both of you now that you found each other. Let's say this better.
Whispered.
I will warn you that if you are intended mates, the cravings will increase for both of you now that you found each other, she continued. Will I go crazy or something if I don't do this mating thing? Daddy patted me on the leg. No, you'll suffer, and there will never be a man who will ever be able to satisfy you. But you'll be okay. And Saint? God, I hated it when they looked at each other that way. Like they did when I was a kid and had asked about Santa.
Santa.
Saint will have a rougher time. Many male wolves will start to lose their minds. They fall into a frenzied state. Some abate that by shifting and remaining in their wolf form for the remainder of their lives. Others just, well, they go crazy and eventually... We gotta mute TikTok.
Well,
They go crazy and eventually blow their brains out. That would have got me banned. No pressure, not even a little bit. My entire body was shaking. Oh, okie dokie. What now? I think his cover's blown. Oh, I wouldn't be so concerned, Dad assured me. Just use your magic to spin the responses. You can easily discredit the reporter who broke the story. There isn't a wolf shifter alive today who hasn't gone through some level of persecution. We're people too, and we have every right to live as we see fit. My dad was defending the situation so eloquently, I was forced to pause and listen. He was right? My head was thumping, the pain behind my eyes.
was thumping.
The pain right behind my eyes. So, I should lie my ass off, I repeated in my terms. Honey, there's no need to curse, my mother admonished. I stood on shaky legs. Okay, I won't. Thanks for the information. I need to get to work so I can figure out how best to spin the insanity. I headed toward the door, shocked my legs were even working properly. Or my brain, for that matter. Shifters are people too, honey. Just keep that in mind, my dear father stated, just before I reached the door.
The door.
Oh, and Lily? Mayonnaise? Really? My mother asked.
The door. The door.
Oh, and Lily? Mayonnaise? Really? My mother asked. Try chocolate next time. Very sensual. Or champagne. The bubbles are spectacular when used in the right places, if you know what I mean. When my father growled, I couldn't take it any longer. The sound was far too close to the truth. Yeah, I said that right.
Take it any longer.
The sound was far too close to the truth, and exactly what I'd heard coming from Saint's throat. My fake fiancé. My mate. There we go. We're going to call it there today. We're getting through this. This was fun. Thank you for those that were here. And, yeah. We'll do it again sometime. Goodbye.